Hello, it's good to have you join us once again this morning for a very sports show, Sports Hour. Being live to you from the Advent Cable next to Nigeria Television, ACNN, from the nation's capital city of Abuja. I am Olushola Olujide.
I am Olawale Ayeni, and we'll be starting the show with the sports minister Sunday Dare hint at Roy sack. After the short break, we'll start the show in earnest.
Okay, yeah, welcome back. And if you are just joining us, this is the Sports Hour show, and we have with us a special guest. Her name is Uche Nwundo. I hope I pronounced the name correctly this time around. She's a sport journalist with Kiss FM. So Uche, it's good to have you here.
Thank you very much, Jide. Thank you very much, Wale. I'm good. They are my people, actually.
She's the sports diva. She's the sports queen, and she's going to join us to talk about certain issues concerning the Nigerian football and the sport in general.
Yeah, so I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Let's do it.
Okay.
We move.
Okay.
We move.
So let's start with our sports story today, which has to do with the Super Eagles, whereby the sports minister has said he's thinking of relieving Kenneth Roy of his position as the Super Eagles head coach. The Eagles could only record 2 points out of possible 6 in the double-header against the Lone Stars of Sierra Leone in the 2021 AFCON qualifiers. On March the 3rd, the Eagles surrendered a 4-goal lead to a 4-4 draw against the Lone Stars in Benin on Friday, and in Tuesday return leg in Freetown, both teams settled for a goalless draw. The outcome of the game saw Roy come under heavy criticism from football fans, and reacted to the result that questions Roy's competence, while stated that something will be done about his position as the Eagles coach. Now, Uche, this has been on for a while now. Ever since we played against Algeria and Tunisia, there have been some marks. There have been something that have been seen about Roy. And the spokesman has said now that something has been done about this particular coach. And if I'm not mistaken, from the onset, before he was even reappointed, I think the sports minister was not so comfortable about having Roy as a coach. And now, some players, some pundits want Roy sacked. What's your take on this particular issue with Roy and Super Eagles and the sports minister?
Well, it's not about pundits wanting Roy to be sacked. It's about Nigerians wanting him to go.
Really?
Because yes, it's about Nigerians. If you conduct a poll now, you find out that most Nigerians are tired. We know that we're good at qualifying. Qualifiers is not a problem. Beyond that, the same mistake we saw in the 2018 World Cup, the same thing we saw in the 2019 AFCON, is the same mistake we're seeing this year. In the year 2020, the Super Eagles have played 4 matches, drawn 3, and lost 1. That is not the Super Eagles, even if we want to give it to them. Now, about the sports minister talking about doing something about Roy's job, or doing something about the incompetence of Coach Kenneth Roy. In other climes, because the minister likes borrowing things from other climes. In other climes, has he ever heard that they are going back and forth about sacking a national team coach? You wake up the next morning and you hear headline, breaking news, the person has been sacked. So
let me ask you, does the have the power to sack the coach?
Yes, he does. He is in charge of the sports, football in entirety.
But would that be interference with...
No, that's not interference. No, it doesn't work like that, because that's something most people don't understand. Okay. The NFF has come out to paint a picture that anything you say is looked at, FIFA will call it interference. It's not an interference. This is national team. The last time I checked, Lopetegui, because I would give to job, the Real Madrid job, and immediately the Spanish FA and the minister of the Spanish football, Spanish sports, heard that he had taken a job while still being the national team, and he had signed that he was going to start off a job. They sacked him on the spot. This is not the World Cup. Yes, a day before the World Cup. They sacked him on the spot. This is not something you condone, because tomorrow another person will come out and do it to the national team. So when it comes to the minister and the NFF, if he's still going back and forth on who's going to do what and when we're going to sit down at the round table, you are the minister. You are the representative of the president. You have every right to say, I want to see this man's contract. If we're going to pay him off, we'll pay him off. But right now, does the minister might have the reason why he's being cautious about it, because first and foremost, when the second contract was given to Coach General, the contract renewal was going to given to Coach General, the minister didn't even know. They were still bickering about going for Harry Redknapp, which I still said was a bad idea, because he was almost having his, he was almost having all his teeth falling off, because he said, what is he going to, with the Nigerian weather and everything, what's he going to do for Nigeria? So now, if you look at what happened in that period, the minister was still asking, was still saying Harry Redknapp or not, and this, and you say, Jack, breaking news, Coach General was sent his contract via fax, and he signed it. The minister didn't even know about it. Now, in that same contract, does the minister have the contract in front of him? Does he know?
He does not.
Does he know the clause that have been embedded in that contract? Now, if you're sacking someone, the minister might know that NFF are serial owers. They are serial owers. Now, what if they are owing Coach General? And he's just coming out to tell us that everything is fine. So there's so many things that goes on the ground. But as the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, if you don't want a coach, sack that person. You don't have to be going to a meeting with Amaju Pinnick. You tell Amaju Pinnick, I don't want to see this Coach General has been sacked. But the reason why Amaju Pinnick will not even do it is because you can't stamp your feet on the ground. You're the minister, but you barely stamp your feet on the ground. You're selective with the kind of federation you want to deal with and the kind of things that you want to dabble into. So when it comes to football, they will rubbish you.
And I'll talk about Amaju Pinnick now. He shed tears, according to reports, when
I saw the video.
when Nigeria drew or capitulated against Sierra Leone. He shed tears. Now Amaju Pinnick,
4-4 draw.
Yeah, 4-4 draw in Benin. Now talking about Amaju Pinnick now, is it are they the problem of the Super Eagles or the coach himself? Now looking at on that same Friday, some board members were in Kano State, dining and dancing, enjoy themselves. Some board, even the technical committee chairman, who is supposed to be in Edo, was in Kano drinking and eating while our games, where Nigerians were busy in quotes, money, from a 4-0 lead to a 4-4 draw. Now, is NFF, led by Amaju Pinnick, the problem of Super Eagles, or the coach himself, or the players themselves?
Nigerian football has an all-encompassing problem. It's not just an Amaju thing, but an Amaju made it worse. An Amaju-led board made it worse, because you would think that with his exposure, with the way he tells you he has seen this, he has seen that. In fact, the only thing he has not seen one-on-one is God. He will tell you he has seen Infantino, he has seen everything, but how does that translate into Nigerian football? And talking about Amaju crying in Edo, please check very well. Maybe the thing affected his bank account. Because Amaju normally will not cry because Nigeria lost a match or Nigeria drew a match. But maybe because he affected his bank account.
He felt the shame,
maybe
he felt
because
the anger.
If we look at it very well, it might, if we ask and go deeper, it might have affected his bank account. Because when it comes to the NL, anything that affects their bank account gives them sleepless nights. It's not a matter of patriotism. Because if we're talking about patriotism, we would make sure that our league is up and running. Now, let me give you a typical example. Coach General is tactically and technically deficient. We all know that. We've been saying that since 2018. Now, you went to Sierra Leone. You played in Edo, and you couldn't get the maximum win. Now, you went to Sierra Leone. That put you, sorry to say, in a pigsty called stadium, because I can see a manhole there in the stadium, and they still used it, and they said it was CAF approved. Now, if you were politically inclined, Amaju, as he claims that he is, this is where you tell CAF, why is this pitch like this? Because we don't have pitches like this in Nigeria.
It was a potato
farm. It was, yeah. want to do. I can't start going into details of what Nigeria was subjected to when they went to Freetown.
Of course.
I can't. Apart from the COVID test, there was a whole lot. I saw the videos. I saw the pictures and everything. So I can't start going into. But there's something we need to.
African,
but there's something we need to. There's something we need to know. It is an all-encompassing problem. Now, when we played in year 2000, when we were playing qualifiers, we had to play Sudan. Sudan, it was a goalless draw here in Nigeria. And the return leg, Sudan took us to a secondary school to play the return leg in their own. Yes, that in quotes. Yeah, in quotes. But that might not have been their best pitch, but they just wanted an advantage.
Yes.
What happened? Nigeria beat them 4-0. Yes, it was not a suitable for Nigeria.
Those players that played, were they home-based or foreign-based?
Some of them were home-based. Some of them were foreign-based.
Because they're used to such pitches.
Apart from that, who was there at that time?
That's why you have to.
Them say Coach General is a Franco-German tactician. I said no, add Nigeria to it. Franco-German Nigerian tactician, because he's.
Let me do Nigeria because he's not even blending with Nigeria.
No. It's not about blending. He has learned the Nigerian ropes of being sly. That is what that.
I get a point now.
That is where I'm coming from. Now, you go to Sierra Leone and you saw the pitch. What do? You tell your boys that this ball is not, this play or this match is not going to be a ground ball playing match. You have to take it up. You have foreign-based players that don't know this. They've never played in this kind of pitch.
Most of them
now, I asked the question, if the Nigerian league was doing well, you bring an Eyimba player, you bring a Lobby Stars player, you bring someone from Abia Warriors that have played in such turf and tell them go against Sierra Leone, they will beat Sierra Leone 5. Yeah, because that is their turf. They know it is very well. But our own players are foreign-based. Coach General stood for 70 minutes, 80 minutes, and nothing significant happened. Now, we know that this turf is not good for our players to play. They are foreign-based. They've never played it. Now you tell them it's not for the ground football. Take it up.
And again, when you say take the ball up, our striker was not tall enough. Musa and this guy that plays in Leicester City was the one striking.
So
Nacho.
But we have Paul Onachu was on the bench.
Paul Onachu in the bench.
This is where this is where Paul Onachu now, because you know he doesn't do well with ground balls. This is now where you can now keep sending it in. His head might not be at his normal position, but his head.
The highest goal scorer
in Genk.
Yes.
And that's not surprising. He
Even
plays
for
more
all the
football.
Nigerian players, he's the highest goal scoring player in Europe.
Yeah, so now you went to Sierra Leone, you saw the pitch. Tactically and technically, your brain didn't tell you that you had something to do there. Now you still told them, put it on the ground, push it. These guys are already.
I was saying we will be playing one-to-one.
And it won't be. It's so. I was analyzing
on the pitch that was bouncing.
I was analyzing. Talking about national teams, and some people said no, that we blame Coach General too much. I now said, in Africa, Coach General first 3 might be in the highest paid first 3. And when I said first 3, people were like, I don't think you're sure. I said first 3.
Do you know his contract details?
Yeah, no, wait, first 3. Now, most of the people, even in Europe, Coach General earns $55,000 before tax. Now, most people per month, most people in Europe don't earn that much in a national team.
Yes.
Now, I now had to do the research. The Egyptian coach earns £1.3 million a year. The Moroccan coach, who is still around, earns 600 plus thousand pounds. As of 2018, Coach General was number 3. He earns £463,000 a year.
And
now that is 2018. That was before his contract was reviewed.
Yes.
Now his contract has been reviewed. Now the almighty Cisse, the former player of Senegal, who is now the coach of Senegal, that begged for them to give him a job and he would deliver.
And he delivered.
Earns a paltry £100,000+. And right now, he has he went to the finals. First time he went to the finals. Yes, he did not win, but he's the first coach in Africa to qualify Senegal again.
He's delivering.
For the
2020. So now, is there any comparison between them? And when someone said Algeria too has qualified, I said good enough. Algeria has qualified, but does Nigerians know that the average team of Algeria is older than the average team of Nigeria by a mile away? The least player in Algeria is 28 years. All of them are 30 and above. Three goalkeepers, 2 are 34. If you go
that lane, what about Egypt?
No, so now, when you do that math,
Nigeria has the youngest squad, even for the World Cup.
Yeah, so when you do that math, you will know that.
How has that translated?
How has that translated?
We say we keep building a team.
We saw Etebo get injured in Freetown, and someone was like, Etebo is injured. I was like, what impact did he even have? He's 25, and he gets injured as if he's 32.
Then the sub the king was
Shehu Abdullahi came and even made the matter worse.
Right back.
As a right back, and
coming into a defensive position.
So now, in all this, Nigerian football problem is all encompassing. This is something that we already know what the problem is.
So now,
but is the NFF doing something to now? Let me give you a breakdown of how NPFL must start in earnest. They need to start producing and churning out good players. That's number one. Number two, you have to be sincere and transparent. Nigerian football
that's a big call.
Yes, it is a big call. But if they can do it, they can do it.
Yeah.
Then thirdly, you have to start inviting players that are worth it into the national team. Not players that wake up and tell you, my father said I am a Nigerian.
I should come and play for the national team. Uche, let's just stop there. Let me just give it like a rundown of the match results that happened during the AFCON qualifier, where we see Sudan surprisingly defeating Ghana by a lone goal. Rwanda played out the 0-0 draw against Cape Verde. Ethiopia were 3-0 victorious over over Niger, Madagascar, and Ivory Coast. The drew 1-1. Lesotho 0, Benin 0. They're in our same group with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Angola won. Angola went down to Congo, DR Congo 1-0 in favor of DR Congo. Egypt defeated Togo 3-1, and also Sierra Leone, Nigeria 0-0, Namibia 1, Mali 2, Tanzania 1, Tunisia 1. But as it is now, Nigeria is still leading in the Group L in the AFCON qualifier with 8 points. And we must defeat
Lesotho. We will qualify.
And Benin.
We will qualify. It is not contestable. We will qualify. But the problem is this: after the qualification,
we should not carry our laptop, our calculator.
Our phone and I'll be doing permutation.
we will qualify.
So something has to lose for me to qualify. But still talking about football again, the LMC are impressed by the NPFL club infrastructure renewal. The Loan Management Committee that is talking about LMC. They have hailed the NPFL side for them to the upgrade of their stadium ahead of the NPFL Professional Football League that is talking about the 2020/2021 league season. It will be recalled that Starting Stadium has been approved by the LMC, and while 11 other stadiums they are telling those clubs that they should actually renovate and break those facilities up to standard. Uche, what do you make up of these move by the LMC, letting club to actually upgrade their stadium and facilities before they start?
Yeah, for the first time, I'm sure Diko is practicing what he learned. Anytime he goes,
where do you learn from?
Anytime they go outside the country, they tell you that they have new ideas. They've seen this in the UK. They've seen that. So I think right now normally when they come back, when they get to the Nnamdi Azikiwe airport, everything disappears. But I think right now he came back fully loaded. But apart from that, I think I will commend the minister here right now, because this is where the minister has been chasing the LMC up and down. And even at some point he told them disband the LMC and go back to NPFL, and the way it used to be.
All this happened because of the that's Nassau United defender that died.
Yeah. I would commend.
Was a catalyst for
yes,
this.
But I will commend the minister for compelling them to bring out guidelines and make sure that they follow, the clubs follow it to the letter. Because if it hadn't followed it up with the LMC, they would have swept it under the carpet as usual, and it will be business as usual.
I think he said every club must have at least 200 million.
Yeah, so right now it is a matter of the LMC doing the right thing. This is the right thing. You can't be playing in a structure without medical team, without a cardiologist, and you just name it, medical personnel in general. So I think this is a very commendable one. I just hope that it's not something that we see. It's not a one-off thing. This season we see it, and next season they go back to their usual. Okay, Chef Diko, come. I know you banned my club, but come. Just reduce the fine, or just reduce the punishment. And the next thing you hear is from 8-match ban to 3-match ban.
Yeah, we have seen that on this.
Are we even certain that we are going to start our league?
No, they said December 6th.
Maybe we are that our own LMC that we know during the festive season, they will now go on a break.
No, that's why I want to
come back.
I don't want to jump in. I don't want to preempt them. I want to see if we are going to finish. Are they going to on break after starting in December 6th?
No break
then by 23rd, you just hear the LMC. Let's not just go home. Then we'll come back on the 15th, and that's the 15th of January, and we're struggling for money. And maybe how many matches have we played? 3. Okay.
Abridged league.
Yeah, abridged league. You are the winner. I just hope it doesn't happen like that.
Because now, if the league starts, according to what they said, by December 6th, they did not deserve any break. They've had a lot of break.
Yes, they don't have to
most
have
international league does not.
But Nigerians have like public.
Most international.
If you look at EPL and everything now, they even gain more money
during
the festive period.
During the festive period, but the truth is,
they play December 1,
but the truth
December 25th, 26th, January
clubs,
1.
Most of these clubs, you hear their general managers, I'm going to my village, or I'm going to stay with my wife and my children.
That's because they don't see football as business.
Yeah, as a business, yes.
As like a recreational.
But if they say as business, they know that on this day, fans can come to the stadium and pay money to watch that. And then that's if they allow fans.
Now, talking about football being business, they had already graded first 10 most valuable national teams in terms of player, brand. Denmark came 10th. And the almighty 3 Lions are first. They are the 3 Lions is worth
because of the packaging.
You can't dispute.
The 3 Lions is no, I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing. I'm just trying to tell you that they see it as a business.
Yeah.
Even the government at some point now is now looking at, okay, since the FA is complaining, can we just allow a little bit of fans to just enter? Now the 3 Lions are worth £1.4 billion, not taking it away from them. The German side, the Spanish side, and the rest, they are what about 700 thereabout. Now, it comes back to the question of sports being a business in Nigeria. NPFL, national team.
0.
Is the national footballing brand in the Super Eagles, are they worth the brand? That's another question we should be asking.
That's one other day. So, talking on football, OSIMHEN has been ruled out of Milan clash. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen will miss Napoli all-important clash against AC Milan in the Italian SERIA on Sunday due to a shoulder injury he sustained against SERIA alone. Osimhen suffered this dislocation in Nigeria's 4-4 draw on last Friday, but he will not need surgery, according to reports. Now, his recovery time is unknown. It's unfortunate that Osimhen will miss. I'm sure he would have loved to play against Milan. That's an important game for him in his career in the Italian Serie. But of course, Nigeria cost is a little misfortune. When they had an injury, there were phone calls to to the national team from the Napoli medicals. How is our top striker?
But Napoli,
fans were sending messages to the NFF. Please, is our star boy.
I will tell you what happened. Napoli have come out to hail the medical team of Nigeria.
Yeah, of course.
That they actually got the diagnosis right. That the diagnosis that they sent to them before Osimhen came back to Italy was spot on, and they commended them for taking action before.
That's why he's a star boy.
Before coming back. So, I kudos to the Nigerian to the Super Eagles medical team, because if gone are the days when a player got injured, thing you just hear is, okay, it's nothing serious. Maybe he just fell and he was feeling feverish before the match. It's malaria, and you go there, they tell you it's a ligament problem.
Yes.
So right now, for us to be getting it spot on what happens to a particular player,
that was lovely.
It's lovely, and I just hope that apart from taking the congratulations, the national team medical personnel, apart from taking the congratulations, please collect your money too.
No, just like Ronaldo playing for Portugal and gets injured. Of course, Portugal must relay that information to Juventus. Or Messi.
That's what I'm saying. At least we're getting one thing right.
We are gradually getting there.
Yes, we're gradually getting there. That if our players are injured, we can actually say this is what the problem is. This is the diagnosis.
But
we'll send it to the club
feel that Chineme Martins is the catalyst, is the guy that sacrificed his life for all this to happen?
Well, when you look at it in every word,
he had to die. Unfortunately, he has to die for these things to be in place.
You have to look at it in every word or in every sense that it's not just in Nigeria. It has happened in the UK. I have watched a Tottenham match that was years back, and a player was already on the floor, and he had died. Funny, he had died. And a cardiologist just entered. He's a fan. He just got in from the van, and he kept doing what he had to do to make sure that guy came back to life, and he came back to life. So and there was no cardiologist on the bench. Now, after that incident, it prompted the FA, the UK FA, to say you must have a cardiologist. So one thing must happen for something subsequent.
Unfortunately, Chineme Martins is the catalyst, as I said again, and I pray that his soul continues in peace.
Amen.
And hope National United, they've done the needful concerning is we've not heard anything about that. Is still. We just hope that they've done something about that.
Okay, we wish Victor Osimhen all the best. He has 2 goals in the Italian SERIA for this season. So we'll go
6 matches.
Yes, in 6 matches. So we'll go to our next story. Well, the Confederation of African President, I was talking about AHMAD, has faced new ethics investigation. The president of the Confederation of Football, AHMAD, and another top officials face questions about the reverse of a multi-million-dollar television deal. FIFA ethics investigator have asked the top soccer official in Africa to explain why he agreed to reverse a television contract in a way that appeared to benefit a commercial partner over his own organization. The latest ethical concern for the governing body that was subjected to direct FIFA oversight recent at February. The official, talking about the CAF president and the vice president, Constantin Omal, CAF-powered vice president, have been asked by FIFA to provide details about the amendment to a television contract with the marketing company Las Guerras Sport. What do you make of this? We know AHMAD last 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, was being investigated, and reports say that he will face sanction by the FIFA. And again, these another allegations coming to him. Do you see this is a plot for his presidency bill?
Well, I think there's some salient questions we should be asking Infantino.
Infantino?
Yes. Does he actually ask UEFA why they revoke licenses, contracts, or what have you? The answer is no. Because the truth is, why CAF? If you say CAF is independent and they are just going to affiliate, then you don't meddle. That is where I ask, what happened to the Issa Hayatus of Africa?
That era is gone.
That era, no, because if you're going to give someone, if you're going to give someone, when Issa Hayatou was there, even a Sepp Blatter will not ask him why he revoked a certain deal. The reason is this: we all know that you run your thing, I run my thing. Now in UEFA, I remember when they were talking about Fatima Samora taking over, AHMAD stepping aside. The UEFA president came out to tell Infantino, this is wrong. In all sense of it, this is wrong. UEFA is on their own. The CONMEBOL is on their own. CAF is on their own. They are just our affiliates. We just oversee. We don't interfere. Now, you want us to support you to interfere. We're not going to support you. UFA is not going to support you, because if we support you to interfere, tomorrow you come back and interfere in ours. So now I want to understand that maybe Ahmad is truly guilty, or he doesn't know what to say, or doesn't know what to do. Okay. This is the plot. I know that Ahmad, there is no...
It's being orchestrated by somebody in Nigeria.
No, it is possible. No, but there is nothing you should... When it
Are
comes
you seeing the handwriting on the wall?
No, when it comes to FIFA, when it comes to CAF presidency, we already know that our own Ahmad Melvin Pinnick helped Ahmad to be there. Now, he cannot be the CAF president because Ahmad already has 46 out of 52 countries saying Ahmad. We don't even want to see Ahmad Pinnick. So now he has shifted his focus to the 10th richest man in Africa, who is Patrice Motsepe, and he is the FA president of South Africa.
Alignment and politics.
So alignment and politics. That's why he was aligning in Sierra Leone, and he couldn't align very well and tell them that we're playing on a bad pitch. So now, if you see it, it's everything Ahmad has done. I'm not saying Ahmad is guilty. I'm not saying he's innocent. Yes, but everything that Ahmad has done that Ahmad feels it's right, it's being used against him. And it will keep coming up until his election on 21st of March. It will keep coming up. Now, it's now for Ahmad to prove them right
or
wrong. So it is for Ahmad to do that. But we know that when it comes to, even at the FIFA level, Ahmad is a novice. Because even if in Africa, you couldn't maneuver a simple VP position. Is it in FIFA? Because one thing I know when it comes to football politics, Nigeria is being used to get what they want. And when they are done,
they dump.
Well, when they are done, they'll tell you, you know how it has been done, you know, we have politics, there's bureaucracy. They'll just keep telling you that. And they move on to the next chapter.
And again, we have the resources, we have
we have the resources,
but we can't use it. We don't know how to play politics when it comes to the African stage, even at the world stage. We just have all the money and...
we know how to carry the dollars
I'm trying to recall this man's name that was sacked. We call him Mr. Fix-It. In Nigeria, yeah. It was in CAF.
Adamu.
Amos Adamu.
Yeah.
He is the typical politician that I know in football that can always find his way around. Okay,
allegedly, it is said that the reason why Amos was there, Amos was having a great time. Amos knows the politics of CAF. He knew it year in, year out. Inside out. And when our almighty NFF president, Ahmad Melvin Pinnick, came, and he looked at it like, Amos is going to be a problem, allegedly. And he was part of the people that helped oust Amos. And right now, after ousting him, is Nigeria there in African politics?
I believe if Amos Adamu had still remained in there,
Nigeria wouldn't be suffering what they're suffering.
Because you play the politics.
Because if you have if you have a technical chairman, a technical committee chairman who goes around going to party when there's a crucial match, and you nominated him to be drafted in a CAF committee, technical committee for the 6th time, and you ask yourself, what are we doing?
That party issue is...
If we're going to start discussing the party issue, we don't need
to know himself that a crucial match was going on, and then you're busy drinking wine and eating Efura in Kano.
The last time I checked, what was he supposed to tell them?
Even the man that was doing the wedding, the father, is an NFF board member as well too. So couldn't they have shifted that party earlier or before?
No, but even if you don't shift it, someone like SERIA Kinwumi didn't even have any business being in March. He could have gone for the wedding. It is okay. But when you have the technical committee chairman in a party, and you have an Austin Eguavon, technical director, sitting in Benin and staring at the players like, I don't know what to say.
Okay. Now, let's go to our next story. The International Committee, Olympic Committee President, Thomas B. made compulsory for athletes to be vaccinated before the start of the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo next year. Originally due to take place from July 24 to August 9, 2020. The event was postponed in March 2020 as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and had been scheduled to take place between July 23 to August 8, 2021. Now, I don't know why Thomas Bach is saying the COVID-19 will not be compulsory for athletes. It should be compulsory, in my own view, for every athlete coming into Tokyo. Not of athletes, officials, journalists, everybody comes to Tokyo should have the vaccine.
Because you can't actually. To their constitutional
this is a worldwide pandemic.
Yes, I understand, but that is where you have to have the test done. If they are negative situation, they can go ahead and do their games. But the vaccine should be readily available just in case. You know the reason why? The same way, the way I would react to a vaccine is not the same way Wale will react to a vaccine.
Yes.
So if you inject an athlete that has a medical condition or is taking a particular drug, and you now inject the athlete with a vaccine, and something goes wrong and there's a complication, what do you do?
Or can the vaccine be given like 2 months before?
No, but even
before,
at that, what do you do? So I think that they've looked at it from the medical angle. It might not go down well with some athletes. It might affect them, and some federations will start suing you for forcing their athletes to. So in avoiding lawsuits and avoiding too much story, you can only have the vaccine when you've tested positive. If you did not test positive, go on your way and do what you have to do. So for me, I think it is okay not to force people, because
no, you can't. If you do that,
if you do that, it will now complicate things. They are human rights, and you know the way it has been, the Caster Semenya story. Everyone is complaining here and there that they are being forced to do what they're not supposed to do. So I don't think the IOC wants that.
Probably
kind of
if the vaccine now show that it's almost like as if they're taking in a
I just want to raise that point.
Enhancement. Yes, there's so many things, or something enhancement, or something that will slow them down. So it is vice versa. It can't go anyway.
Okay, so anyway, let's see how that one pans out towards Olympics. I hope we will all be there for the Olympics as well.
Yes, we will. Hopefully.
Okay, so we just quickly go to run down the match result that happened. That is talking about the European Nation League, where we see Bosnia went down to Italy. That's 2-0. Poland also went down to Netherlands 2-1. England defeated Iceland 4-0. They came from a 2-goal down that they suffered in the hands of Belgium, and they went to beat Iceland by 4-0. Belgium and Denmark, the match finished 4-2 in favor of Belgium. Australia 1, Norway 1. Ireland played 1-1 with Romania. Israel 1, Scotland 1. Czech Republic were 2-0 winners over Slovakia. Serbia were 5-0 winners over Russia. I think that's the high point of that. Hungary 2-0.
Spain versus Germany.
Yes.
That was
that was played over the weekend.
Yes, 6-0.
Talking about Spain versus Germany.
Germany had never lost since 1952 by that margin. Somebody made
Nigeria has never considered 4 goals in 61 years. So anything is possible. But talking about, somebody made a comparison between what happened to Joachim Löw's German team to what happened to the Super Eagles, and I asked them, Timo Werner, if you in the world rating and where he stands now, if you sell him, you buy like 7 Super Eagles players. 7. So, but if you look at it, did they sack Joachim Löw? The answer is no. This is a man that went into the 2010 World Cup. He couldn't win the 2010 World Cup. He went to the finals with Spain. He lost. He came back home. 4 years later, built a team. 2014, won the World Cup. Came in 2018, crashed out in the group stage. Even Nigeria was better. Now, Joachim Löw went to the Nations League. He didn't do that well. They still gave him that time, no problem. Because they know he's a serial winner. This is a man that the teams are transitioning under him.
That defeated Brazil.
That defeated, as a whitewashed a Brazilian side that had a Neymar in it. So now, if you look at what happened to him, they just said it's a bad day in office. If you hear the German FAC,
and
they said
they've learned new things.
Yes, they've learned new things. It's a bad day in office.
And even the crop of players were new players, young players.
Him. He had a Timo Werner. He had a Leroy Sané. He had a Gnabry. He had a Kai Havertz. He had a Toni Kroos. He had, in fact, he had a Goretzka. He had every single top player in the world in that team, but he still lost to a French, to a Spanish team. So right now, it is not.
Red Fury.
Yes. So now, right now, they are now looking at how they can consolidate on that defeat, learn something new, and move ahead.
And trust me, they've learned something new.
Yes, they have
learned something new. They'll come back stronger. Probably the next opponent they'll meet now, they could be 12-0. So angrily, they'll be angry.
So let's not. The comparison is not there. This is a man that has been with the German side. He has transitioned. He has transitioned from here to here. He has seen players come and go. So what are we talking about?
Okay.
That's why I said Coach Guerrero is German, Nigerian. This is just a straight up German practitioner.
No, talk about it. Actually, I don't talk about Rem because he's a German player, so a German person. He has played with Bayern Munich.
Jurgen Klopp too is a German.
He has trained with Bayern Munich. But why is not bringing such training into the Super Eagles?
I think he has stayed too long in Africa.
We don't have Super Eagles right now. We do not have a particular style of play.
No, but do you know that he has stayed in Africa for too long? So I think that's the reason why it has gone.
In previous years, we know that we were a wing team.
Yes.
We rely strongly on
we rely strongly on wings.
But now we don't know whether we are playing wing, whether we are being possessive or being defensive.
And we don't even have a formation. Because sometimes you see him play a 5-3-2. And sometimes you see him play a 4-3-3. Sometimes you see him play a 4-4-2. So
we don't have a standard.
We don't have.
We just
he's still building his team. Let's give that chance to continue to build.
For 4 years, for good 4 years. From
the foundation never dried.
From 2016.
I think the foundation is still wet. It's not
from 2016 up to 2020, we are still building a team.
Let's continue building.
We keep launching the ball from the defense to the attack. How do we get
to the promised land? It's a long process. It's very difficult to build.
Yes,
but very easy to destroy.
Yeah.
So let's give that chance to build for the next, let's say for the next 6 years.
As I said, the foundation never dry.
No, it's still wet.
Okay.
It's still wet.
Okay, we'll just talk about the weekend fixtures that will be coming up, starting from tomorrow to Sunday, where we'll be looking at Monaco versus PSG, Tottenham versus Manchester City, Atletico Madrid versus a certain Barcelona, who are firing with all cylinders, then Napoli versus Milan, and Liverpool versus Leicester City.
How is Barcelona firing with all cylinders?
It is.
Are they not doing well in the league?
It is.
They're 11th.
But they started picking up points.
The matches you just reeled out are going to be spectacular matches, because I want to see what Tottenham will do against the Manchester City that is fluttering here and there. I can see Manchester United playing West Brom. I can see Newcastle playing Chelsea. Sheffield taking on West Ham.
Leeds and Arsenal. A tricky one.
It might be a tricky one. Liverpool, Leicester. It is a game to watch, because we know that Leicester can be feisty, and Liverpool losing out. They don't have key players. They don't have Salah, they don't have a Gomez, they don't have a Van Dijk, so they're having a whole lot of problems.
Sané is back. Thiago,
Mane is back, actually.
Yeah, Thiago will not play.
Sadio Mane is back. He's playing, but Salah is not going to play. So it's going to be a tricky one for that day. Atletico taking on Barcelona. Wow.
Suarez will not be playing now.
We will.
That's positive to.
We will see.
Really?
We will see a feisty game. We'll see what if Ansu Fati is able to.
Then we will see Griezmann.
Griezmann, yes, go against his former club. Then Napoli take on.
Suarez play against Barcelona.
Napoli taking on Milan. It will be tricky now that the wonder boy of Napoli is not around, and
star boy
of Gattuso. Because I told them when I saw him injured, I said Gattuso will take the next flight and come to Nigeria, and he's going to break somebody's loose, because he doesn't. If he had to say, I will pay part of the money, part of my salary for this young man. He loves this young man. So, and even when he scored his first goal of the season, he ran to Gattuso, and I saw the way he hugged him. So,
even when he had his red card, he apologized to Gattuso.
It's going to be difficult, but you know the likes of Mertens, they might just be able to do something at that game. But AC Milan, AC Milan, with the way they are firing from, they have not lost a match. They are the most consistent club right now in the Italian Seria. Cotti, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
A 39-year-old.
A 39-year veteran, because I'm just calling him, I'm not retired, but I'll call him a veteran.
He's still, no, that guy's amazing.
He is amazing. He is amazing.
39 years and he's still leading the front line. He's not even playing.
You know, when he came, he led them to pick up the Europa ticket because they were way behind.
Yes.
They had to make sure they kept winning games and winning. They even shocked a Juve. So they had to keep winning games, and they picked up their ticket.
And he played so much.
And right now, they have played 7 matches, and they have not even lost one.
And he plays full match.
And that is
full 90 minutes.
AC has not done this in years.
Of course.
Courtesy Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Okay, let me just talk about the log of the La Liga right about now. Before we know,
top in the league.
Real Sociedad top in the league.
Their history.
With 20 points out of 9 matches.
Don't worry,
Villarreal are second with 18 points from 9 matches. Atletico Madrid there is 17 with 7 matches they've played so far. Real Madrid 8 matches so far with 16 points. No, that very good one for Zinedine Zidane's side, and also Barcelona. They are in 8th position with 11 points.
It's 11th position, and they remain there.
I think you now have something against Barcelona.
No, of course, I do. That is obvious.
Okay, looking at the English Premiership, what we'll have Liverpool still, maintaining the league in that particular one. They have 8 points. No, sorry, Leicester City, they are on the top of the English Premiership right about now from 8 matches with 18 points. Tottenham second with 17 points. Liverpool, they are in 3rd place with 17 points, just a good difference separating those two sides. A certain Southampton, they're in 16 points, while Chelsea 5th place. Aston Villa, Everton, Crystal Palace, Wolverhampton,
no, there's one going
all about
going
it.
To
Why is that in 10th position? Manchester City, Arsenal.
Don't reel that. Just let it be. Just let it be.
We should let it be.
Yes, just let it be.
Okay, you don't want us to get to where Manchester United. Which is the Manchester United fan? They are sitting 14th position.
Anyway, they might come up. They might a little bit, or still good a little bit.
Okay.
But actually, what's happening to you right in Manchester United?
Well, briefly. What is happening to Manchester United? Ole Gunnar. Ole Gunnar.
Do you want him sacked? If you get Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sacked, do you think a certain Pochettino can fill up that spot?
No, maybe not even a Pochettino, an Allegri. I like serial winners. Pochettino is still an ambitious person, but he's not a serial winner. And Allegri is a serial winner.
My process is telling that all United, that all from 11th down, all the United, Newcastle United, West United, Manchester United, all the United, they're all down the. What happened to United? Are they United?
It's not. It's an all-encompassing problem. Manchester United still doesn't have a sporting director. They still have to go back to Ed Woodward to scout and do what he has to do.
That means Mourinho was right all along.
Yeah, Mourinho was right all along. But it's not far off. I know that they're going to come out from that bottom half, but when it comes to making the right decisions, sometimes I think Ole Gunnar just looks like Coach General sometimes.
Okay, all right, Uche. Thank you for honoring us today. It's been a very lively show, and you've really dissected so many things for us. From NFF, I know which you are very critical about. And
I have plenty of friends there. Funny.
We know that you are very critical about NFF, and of course, your love for the game is marvelous. So thank you for coming today, and I hope to see you again some other time.
It was a pleasure to be here. Nice having me, and I wish to be here maybe some other time.
Definitely, we will invite again. Okay, so viewers, this is where we draw the curtains for today's show, and we hope you enjoyed every single bit of today's show. And like we always said on this program, stop the virus. Take charge of your health by stopping the virus, obey the guidelines set up by the authorities, Keep your social distancing. Again, wash your hands regularly or use an alcohol-based sanitizer, and always use your face mask. I remain Olusololujide.
I am Olawale Ayeni. We'll meet you again same time, same station next week. Bye-bye for now. God bless.